Architecture is not about trends. Architecture is about something that is permanent. That is the essence of it. My Italian side has really kind of informed looking at spaces evolve over time, because I've seen how the spaces have evolved over centuries and how people really use them. I always think what is right by the people that will really use it and who will live there. Hi, I'm Glenda Fleim. I am the managing principal of Butler Ramsden Architect. I was the leading architect for the Valley of the Moon retreat, and I welcome you here. We are in Glen Ellen, in the Sonoma Valley, and it is a part of Northern California. Dry summers, cooled off from the fog that comes in from the oceans. It is in the wine country. When you turn on the road, it's very narrow, it is not a very smooth road. You kind of left, in a way, civilization behind, and you're almost feeling like this is what California was maybe like 100 or 200 years ago. To have repeat clients is a wonderful experience. We started with their city house quite a few years ago, and then when we completed that remodel, they were really looking for a retreat outside the city. We really wanted to have something that sat in the landscape, belonged to the landscape, that you really had to look between the trees to find it. And then as you approach the breezeway and you go under the trees, the valley kind of opens up to you. The typology of the courtyard has always been closing aisles. In Rome, if you think it was the busy streets, it really looks at the inside of the building. Here is interesting because this one wants to really try to do both. It's a three-quarter of a courtyard. We have a building on three sides, and then we really open up to the view. The reflection of the pool, it almost becomes an architectural surface in a way, even though it's just water. The house needed to work for the two of them, or the four of them with the two kids, or with a kind of large family. One pavilion was a self-contained, almost mini house in a way. The great room really have that feel that if there are only two people in this room, it also feels right. Having this big kitchen being very kind of functional, the engineer stone on the counter, just keeping it simple, but having really everything. Then you go upstairs. From here, you feel like you're sitting in the canopies of the trees. We created that slot window there that allows long horizontal views and frame the trees in a different way. It's not a particularly large bedroom, so it doesn't want to feel fussy or overdone. They really wanted to take advantage of like being in their bed and just having this beautiful view. The outside, it feels like pretty solid. So we carved the corners of this volume to create these vistas. The bathroom is also quite open and simple. Shower that can be indoor, outdoor, so you just slide open the door and you can be just feeling outside. It's private, but you literally feel like you're out there in nature. So then you enter the second pavilion from the other side of the breezeway. Two guest bedroom, a bathroom in the middle as being kind of the pool bathroom, so multiple people can use it. Just didn't want to have bunks because they're usually very heavy and in a way almost enclosed. And the cantilever bunk beds, very efficient. I kind of love this room in a way. We always thought of this space as a playroom or TV room, a separate space for the kids. So the siding is yellow Alaskan cedar. There's a soft wood. You can see how tight the grain is. In the family of the cedars is a pretty hardy and durable material. We stained it with this coating used in national park signs. We really wanted the building to age to look like the trunks of the trees. We purposely formed that concrete with the same board that then we used for the siding. It's basically what this house sits on. We knew you were seeing the roof from the bedroom, so we wanted to have something that was easier to clean, so we went with a metal roof. The property is actually a quite large property. It's about 37 acres. Of the 37 acres, about 35 were reserved as a conservation easement. The fire happened just a couple of years after the house was finished. For a couple of weeks, we did not know if the house had survived. We all had just spent many years designing and building and resolving all the issues, and understanding that overnight that could all be gone just makes you really think about the fireproofing on a project in a different way. The board formed concrete and this plinth that the house is built on and the roof were really the kind of the two big elements that really saved the house. You can tell that it went through the fire, but it's still the architectural and the architectural principle that we set out to have at the beginning are still there.